Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. So let's do one thing. Let's wait for 10 seconds and let people join in, and then we can start the Q&A session and discuss in detail about how you can reduce your ACOS. We'll be talking about actionable steps and whatever problems you're facing with your advertising, with your conversion rate, with your click-through rate. Let's try to solve those out tonight. So we'll just wait for 10-15 seconds, let people join in, and then we can start the session. So we are celebrating Holi today here in West Bengal. Hi, Mr. Khan. Thanks for joining in. Now, mic testing, mic testing. Let me know if my voice is loud and clear, audible to everyone. Let me know in the chat section, loud and clear, if it is loud and clear. Let me see if it is good in all the platforms. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. So we have people joining in. Yes, Mr. Yogesh, happy Holi to you as well. I think majority part of India will be celebrating Holi tomorrow. So we have people joining in. We have people joining in. Now, can you guys just type in from which city you are joining in from? Just type in which city you are joining in from. And let's start dropping in the questions. Let's start dropping in the questions and the problems you're facing. Hi, Mr. Muhammad. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Okay. People are joining in. People are joining in. Let's not waste any further time. Let's start jumping into the question. Now, today's topic, we are going to discuss about how you can reduce your ACOS by maximizing your conversion rate while reducing your ACOS and increasing your CTR. Now, if you don't know, there's a report available in your advertising. Go to your advertising dashboard. Then on the left hand side, there will be reporting and measurement. Click on that. Then go to sponsored products, download advertised ASIN report. This report is available for sponsored products and sponsored display, not available for sponsored brands because generally brands consider sponsored brands as a budget allocated towards their branding. So we have people joining in. Now, that particular report, which is called advertised product report, it will give you a brief of what are the ASINs you are running, what are the products you are running ads on, and it will also give you a breakdown on each ASIN, how is their CTR of all the ads, how is the conversion rate of all the ads, how is the ACOS performing, how much it has spent, how many total campaigns are there, and in how many campaigns your that ASIN is being used. Then you can also get the campaign percentage. So let's assume out of 10 campaigns, only 3 campaigns are using that ASIN. That means you can get that, yes, this particular ASIN is taking 30% campaign share. And you can also see the spend, how much spend is allocating towards that particular ASIN. Out of, let's assume, total you are spending 1000 rupees a day and one ASIN is spending 500 rupees. That means it is taking 50% of the campaign share or the total spend share. And if that is not performing, that means your entire budget, 50% of it is going to a non-performing asset. You should reduce it down. So we have people joining. We have got questions. My listing is organically indexed in second page with getting more sales than the product in the first page. Why am I not able to understand? So this is a really good example. This is a really good example and you have done really good job. Now make sure you hold the position of your ranking. Now each product gets sales. Now you have said here that you are holding second page ranking. I am assuming you are telling just by looking at your main keyword. Oftentimes what happens is your main keyword do not give you a lot of good ACOS. The conversion rate will be there, but maximum times the most hot keywords are the most competitive with high search volume. And if there is a very high search volume, that means it will be competitive. Your CTR will be low, your conversion rate will be low. Now, I am assuming your ranks on the second page for that particular keyword, which you consider as your main keyword. Now, what may happen is that particular keyword. Now, there are a few examples here I'll give you. There are two competitors, competitor A versus competitor B. The competitor A is using those keywords. We call it title density. There will be a lot of keywords where you will see that the search volume is really good, but out of the top 5 competitor, no one is using that keyword. maybe that is a positive point for you. You can take that keyword and use in your title, and you will get straight ranking because no one is using it, and you will get good position as well. You are getting good sales in the second page because not that one keyword is responsible for it. There will be hundreds of thousands of keyword, maybe if your listing is old, that is bringing that sales. And if that is in the second page, I am not thinking that is the keyword that is bringing your sales. So you need to go to reverse assign tool, go to a reverse assign tool, put your ASI in there and see how many organic keywords you are indexed for, how many sponsored keywords you are indexed for. Then sort by position rank. What is position rank? Position rank is basically where your organic listing is right now. So short by 1 to 30, that means 1 to 30 means your position rank 1, and between 30 means you are in the first page probably for maximum of the categories. Okay. So if you see and short those keyword out, now you will see which keywords are actually bringing on more sales than what you are predicting that is bringing on sales. When we run ads on each product, we make sure that if we are using ads for 25 keywords, we should organically rank for 4 times of that keyword, that is 100. And 1:4 should be your general ratio of organic PPC is to organic sales as well. And that you cannot achieve in the first month or second month. It will take at least 3 to 4 months. So that was a great question. That was a great question, and hope that solves your answer. You need to go and check out because one keyword can never bring so much sales. And second page, trust me, it is not going to bring so much sales. There might be hundreds of different keywords that is bringing that sale. So you need to go and check that out and track that ranking. Because if let's assume out of that 100 keywords, you have lost the ranking of 50 keywords, your sales will drastically fall. So you have to make sure you track all those keywords, daily performance, set up a keyword tracker and check whether you're losing rank or not. If you're losing the rank, make sure you solve the issue by increasing the bid, or if the rank loss is very high, reduce the price and go aggressive, but you cannot lose the ranking. Okay, we have a lot of people joining in. Does number of listings matters? This is a great question. Let me try to find out some ways to answer it out. So let's assume you are a buyer or a shopper. You are into a brand's listing. Okay, I'll give you an example. Just go in Amazon.com and search for bulletproof coffee. If you search for bulletproof coffee, let me try to see if I can just bring on those right now live. Okay. A lot of questions are coming in. A lot of questions are coming in. Let me share my screen. Okay. Now I guess you guys can see my screen. It should be visible. Let me see. It should be visible. Make sure I also show up in the video. Okay, does number of listing matters? Now here you can say, now it doesn't matter on a seller central standpoint. It doesn't qualify your seller authority, or it doesn't increase your score inside of Amazon. Now it may decrease your score if you have number of listings which are not performing, or have received very bad ratings or complaints. Then it may affect the rest products. Now, I'm not taking that negative example. I'm talking like this. So if you just go to Bulletproof Coffee and search and go to any of their listing, you'll see they have the whole listing is covered by only their products. All these are only their products. You can see frequently bought together is completely captured by them. Ads completely captured by them. Now, this is obviously a brand story. If you're not using it, I'm not sure how you're coming to this session and like just predicting your conversion rate will go. Okay, Your conversion rate will not grow up if you just pray to God that God, please increase my conversion rate. That is not how it is going to happen. You need to work out. You need to put in the work. You need to do the brand story. You need to put in virtual bundles. You need to put in good A plus content. All those things plays up and adds up in your conversion rate. And 1% increase in your conversion rate, you are having 100 people visiting your listing, 100 clicks, you are getting one extra purchase. That is very high number. Now, if you see, this is A plus content, obviously. I'm not sure if they're using comparison chart. They are not using comparison chart, which is a must. Now they have become so big, so they are not focusing so much in the conversion rate right now. Now again, you can see these are all their products. These are all their products. So this is how you should do if you have multiple listings, you have multiple products, you need to put all products here. You need to do virtual bundle. Now virtual bundle is not here right now, but if I just try to show you a product from Anchor, Anchor uses virtual bundles really well. Let's see where we can see it. Let's go into this. No, they don't have the virtual bundle here. So let's go to another listing. Now, how many of you have used virtual bundle? It is available in India as well. How many of you have used virtual bundle? Raise your hand or just type in me if you have used virtual bundles. Type in me if you have used virtual bundles. Yeah. So this is what is called virtual bundle. Now, if you see in other listing, in this particular position, there were ads of other products. But here it is showing other examples. And this is behaves as a method to increase your average order value. Now you see, if you click on any of the listing, then you can buy all this for $300. And this is basically increasing more visibility of your brand in the product listing and also pushing your competitors ads down. Here you should use your products ads directly so that you do a good ASI protection campaign, or what we call brand protection campaign or defense campaigns. Here this ads display ad should be yours, not your competitors. Here on the top, display ad should be yours, not your competitors. Then there are a lot of positions. This is called premium A plus content. This is called premium A plus content. You can get access to premium A plus content if you have more than 15 active A plus content. Then you can use this as well, and you can apply for brand registry, and you can ask brand registry support that please allow me for premium A plus content. I don't have access to it. Okay. And this is a comparison chart under premium A plus content. It is not chargeable, but you can use it. So you need to use all this. If you have multiple products, it becomes much more easier for you. You can use comparison chart. Even A plus content, the brand story is clickable. If you use multiple modules there, each module can be clicked, and once they are clicked, you can go to that product's listing and you can purchase it. So all this increases your conversion, and you need to use that out. Now let me stop sharing my screen and get back to your questions. I'm not sure how to stop this. Remove. Yeah, it's done. Okay, now let's okay, like 48 out of 60,000 result. Now this is a typical thing. Okay, now 48, if you just go to Amazon and search a keyword, then at the bottom of the search that search box, you will see 48 out of 60,000 results. And if you just scroll to next page, you will probably see only 10 pages are there, and 10 pages would probably consider of 300 products. Then where the rest 57,900, 700, those products have gone? Because it shows 48 out of 60,000, right? So they are indexed for this keyword, but they are not so much ranked to show in the first page. And if they start getting sales on those keywords, then it should come inside the few pages, the first 10 page or 20 page, whatever Amazon decides to show. So that is the difference between ranking and indexing. How to check which keyword is giving us sales? Now, best way is brand analytics. Brand analytics can give it to you. Then we have search query performance dashboard, which also gives you brand sales. That is also important that you can check. Indian accounts have also access to it. This is the best way to check which keywords is giving you sales. And the other option is obviously download your search term report or download your keyword report or targeting report. And this gives you which campaign is giving you sale under which keyword or which search term. What is a good and bad CTR and CVR? So generally it is a typical number here. Okay. So a good CTR when the product is new, the reviews are not there, we consider as 0.4 or above. A good conversion rate is 8% or above when the listing is new. When it becomes old, it depends on category wise. Now there is a report inside your brand's dashboard called category benchmark report. Now this report plus there is another report called search query performance dashboard. In that dashboard you can now download also. There also you can see what all other conversion rate are and what you are getting. So let me talk about this category benchmark report because this is available for almost every brand registered sellers. There you can see what are the top tier competitors. Amazon basically divides in three tiers: top tier, median tier, and the bottom tier. The top tier competitors, what are their conversion rate? What are the impressions they are getting? And it also tells you your conversion rate. So if you see your conversion rate or Acos is in the top tier of the competitors compared to them, then you would assume that yes, you are getting a good conversion rate. But if your conversion rate and Acos comes in the bottom tier, that means the bottom tier conversion rate and Acos is same as yours. That means you are at the bottom. You need to improve at that out. So category benchmark report is a good option to check out. Other than that, search query performance dashboard is another thing that you can do. A plus text versus A plus with images, which is good. Now listen, there is a very good debate going around with this. I always ask you to go and split test and decide on data. Never listen to your heart rather than decide on data, what data tells you. Make all your decisions based on data. There's a split test that you can do. We have option to do split test inside Amazon Seller Central. Split test A plus content. Now, I'll give you one suggestion. When you create a listing, you want to get index for a lot of keywords. So during that time, make sure you use text in the copy, write it down, type it down. Then after 3-4 months, once you're indexed for 2000 3000 organic keywords, now go change it to large images, 970 into 600 dimensions. That means images will have infographics, not typing text. So those are high converting A plus content. But high traffic generating A plus content is those where you write a lot of copy, and that is necessary when your listing is new. But once it grows, once you're ranked for a lot of keywords organically, now you change it out. How to create cordial, it is called virtual bundles. Virtual bundles, you can simply go and create virtual bundles. It should be, there should be an option in advertising only, I guess. It basically duplicates your A sign and SKU, and it creates new SKUs for you, which will be called as bundle. Just scroll it down. There should be a lot of options, either in advertising or either in inventory. You can get it. मेरा सेल्स 15 डेज पहले 10 प्लस सेल्स हो रहा था, बट अभी 1। देखिए यहाँ पे आपको जैसे मैंने बताया हमेशा ट्रैक करके रखिए। हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हर एक क्लाइंट्स के लिए हम लोग कीवर्ड्स ट्रैक में डालते हैं कि हाँ ये है इंपॉर्टेंट कीवर्ड्स, ये ट्रैक में है, क्योंकि अगर कोई प्रोडक्ट का सेल्स डाउन हो रहा है तो उसके लिए क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, क्या आपका हाईजैकर है लिस्टिंग पे, क्या आपका कीवर्ड्स में रैंकिंग लूज हो रहा है, आर यू are there any new competitor who is coming into it, have you lost your buy box? All these factors come on your place when you check it out, or whether you have got some negative review and that negative review is showing in your first page. So all these factors you have to go and check it out. How to give access to brand analytics to my team? I have given multiple times, but still they can't access it. I'm not sure. We have taken access from clients, hundreds of clients, and that problem doesn't happen. Not sure on it. There should be the brand analytics. Give the access, manage and edit, or if that is not working, just give them admin level access. Okay, that looks good. Any other question, guys? Any other questions? Few things. A lot of you guys, what I am seeing in Indian accounts versus US accounts. Indian accounts, clients don't focus on images a lot. They just try to copy and paste images. But I'll give you an example here. I'm sure a lot of you know about the famous violin artist. His name is Joshua Bell. Now, this is a story. This is a very good story, very famous story in YouTube. And Washington Post, they did an experiment. Now, Joshua Bell. Joshua Bell, his violin costs like 4 million USD. That will be close to 24 to 30 crores. Can you imagine that? So when he plays in a concert hall, the whole hall is completely filled. 3,000, 4,000 people completely filled. Never goes empty handed. And each ticket costs like $500 to $800 depending on which season it is. So Washington Post, they decided to conduct an experiment in New York City on metro, the subway. He made sure that Joshua Bell wore a hat and a clothes so that no one can identify who he really is. He placed him in the metro, in the subway, and in the evening time. Okay. And he was asked to play for 1 hour. And he was also given a hat where people can put in money if they like to like his songs. And in that 1 hour, Joshua Bell played the best melody he have ever composed. And over the span of 1 hour, 1,000 people passed by that place. And guess how many stood there to listen the whole concert, whole show? Only seven. Only seven stood there to listen. And just guess how much money he would have collected. Joshua Bell, the same person who sells out his concert for $400 to $800 per ticket, now he have collected only $32. You can imagine how this is. Now, what may be the reason he have collected only this and only seven people stood there listening? Because the time was bad, the audience didn't know him, who he is. The demographics was not perfect for the show. And that is the same thing that you have to also understand when you try to do your images or create your images. Now we have our in-house team for images. We have our graphic designer who can do the photo shoot. We even do videos as well, product videos, not slideshow videos, professional videos. Now what we have observed is people don't use their customer avatar. Amazon brand analytics, in that you go, there's a tab called demographics. It tells you exactly how many percentage is male that is buying your product, how many is female, what is the age group. Based on that, you can select a model. If it is a male of 30 years old, you can select a male model of 30 years. It doesn't cost a lot. 2,000, 3,000 for a model, that's hardly that. And for products photo shoot, I think it costs like 3,000 to 4,000 rupees depending on the complexity of the product. And demographics, you should show your customer avatar in that using the product, and that would increase your conversion rate drastically. Show faces, smiling faces in the images. And proper branding should give you high conversion rate. A lot of sellers are not putting attention to it, and just assume you're not doing it and you're losing 2% in click-through rate or 1% in CTR. That means you're getting 100 to 1,000 extra clicks just to convert. And that 100 to 1,000 clicks, that will cost, let's say, 4 rupees per click. That is very unrealistic. 10 rupees per click. 1,000 click, that is 10,000. So for 1 month period, if you just get 1,000 extra clicks because you are not getting high conversion rate and that click is completely going off, so that 1,000 click is going to cost you 10,000 rupees, and you're not considering those cost opportunity costs, and you're just considering that, okay, images is going to cost me 14,000, 15,000. But that is one time investment, and that is going to save you in CTR and conversion rate, which is going to pay you in the long run. So that is what you need to focus on. I have created separate campaigns for each keyword. Only top keywords are getting impression and low volume keywords are not getting impression even after bid is high. Try to separate those keywords out. Try to separate those keyword out, and it is obvious, right? You are telling that the search volume for those keywords are very less. So if the search volume is less, then obviously you need to check how much impression are coming. If the impression is not at all coming, that means you are not getting indexed for. If the impression is very less, and if you have tried increasing the bid and tried a lot of times, still the impression is not coming in, trust me, the volume is really low. You can't do a lot in there. And I'm sure if you get just one or two sales in a week or month, you would be easily ranked in the first page if the volume is so low. Okay, how to correctly select a price of product considering it covers ad costs, returns. What is the difference between these two? If we keep bids value as Amazon suggested versus if we keep bids value as 2 rupees and placement increases to 200% or more. Now, what is happening? I'll tell you a story here. Okay. Now, this story really goes with this question. So, what happened was there was a farmer, and the farmer had three donkeys. Gadhe. ठीक है. Three donkeys. And he was taking those three donkeys to sell in a market. And he was going through a rough patch, completely deserted patch. It was completely hot, very hot and humid weather. And while he was walking, he saw a pond. It would probably be a lake, a big lake, cold water. And he decided, okay, there shouldn't be a good time to take a bath. He decided to take a bath in that. It would take hardly 5-10 minutes. But what happened was he was taking those three donkeys along with him, and he had only two ropes. So he could tie only those two donkeys. Now, this is a story, a really good story I've read from a book called Life's Amazing Secrets. It's a book written by Mr. Gaurav Gopal. You should check that out. So he had only two ropes and he had three donkeys. Now he could only tie two donkeys, and the third one will be left untied. So what he does, he saw a wise gentleman standing nearby. He was also doing some work there. The farmer goes to that wise man and asks, listen, man, I'm really in a trouble here. I have two donkeys. I want to take a bath, but how to tie this third one? Do you have a rope that I can use to tie this rope? Now, sadly enough, the wise man didn't have a rope, but he had an advice to give. He gave an advice, a very good advice. He told the farmer that, listen, you don't need the third rope. Just make sure to tie those two donkeys to the tree using the two ropes. But while you're tying those two donkeys, make sure the third one watches how you're tying the two donkeys. And then third step, take the third donkey and make sure you pretend to tie that up, because you don't have a rope. You have to just pretend to tying up. So he pretended that he is tying the third donkey, whereas there is no rope. He just pretended. And then he went to take a bath. After 15 minutes, he come back and see all the three donkeys were exactly where he tied them up, even the third donkey. Then he went to the wise man to thank him that, hi, gentleman, hi, man, you really saved a lot of time and your advice was really good. Now he thanked the gentleman and tried to left. Okay, he untied the two donkeys, the first and the second donkey, and started going. And he patted those so that he also starts walking along with the farmer. Now, after a short distance, he looks back and see that the two donkeys were coming, but the third donkey is still standing beside the tree. He tried to push, pull, but nothing seems to happen. He goes to the wise man again that, listen, man, you gave me this advice, but this donkey is not moving at all. What should I do? Then the wise man told that, have you untied the third donkey? Then the farmer is confused that I never tied that. Then the wise man tells, just pretend to untie the third donkey. As told by the wise man, the farmer pretends to untie the third donkey, and then the third donkey starts moving in. Now, what is happening with right now the Amazon sellers are, they are tied up with this invisible rope around us. And that is what it is. They have listened to a lot of podcasts, a lot of gurus, and now it seems like they have just got a lot of myths within their head, and they just cannot forget those. So same happens with suggested bid. We have this inside our head and we have to forget those out. In order to learn new things, we have to delete, we have to be a complete whiteboard. So I'll tell you about this suggested bid, how the suggested bid is calculated. Is suggested bid is basically an average of the whole year. And if you see prime day, the bids are very high, almost 500 to 600% higher. And if it is not a prime day, it is normal. So let's say on prime day, the bid is going 50 rupees, but versus in the normal the bid is 10 rupees. Now if you just keep an average, it will come at around 30 rupees, and 30 rupees will be the suggested bid. So always what we do is we don't go by suggested bid. What we do is we try to keep as minimal. If Amazon is suggested less than 10 rupees, we'll not use that. We'll probably start with 2 rupees or 3 rupees and see how much impression is coming. And we make the decision based on the impression. Let's assume today we're not getting any impression. We'll just increase it by 15%, the bids by 15%. And again, see after 24 hours if the impression is coming or not. And that is how you need to decide whether you need to increase it to how much amount. No, those dumbbells, those are colorful, isn't it? Those are colorful. That looks good. So just it is there. I think I have bought those during the COVID time. I bought those to do unboxing to see how they pack it out. That is not my brand. So that looks good, right? But that those are really light. It can't give you muscles. It won't give you muscles. Any other questions? Just let me know if you have any other question. Now we have an announcement. Tomorrow we are going to do one live workshop on how to increase your CTR and conversion. If you just go to regrowmedia.com/workshop, that is a free workshop that we are doing. If I just show you, it's a free workshop that we're doing. This is a free workshop that we are doing. It shows how to increase your CTR and conversion rate, reduce your cost. It is going to be probably 1 hour session, and you will learn a lot. Now we are managing over 100 million USD in sales right now with 60 plus global brands with 35 plus team members. We are Amazon Ads verified partner. So that is what we are doing. You can also see some of the case studies where we have went from 66 to $100,000. A lot of case studies are there. Okay, now some advanced launch strategies are also there, case studies. Now this is a free workshop, anyone can attend. Make sure you register yourself there, and you will be added to a WhatsApp group. And then the your workshop will start tomorrow at 8 p.m. If you haven't registered yet, make sure you register. You will get actionable steps, 1 hour complete actionable steps on how to, what are the steps to increase your CTR and conversion rate. I'll go through all the sections that you can use in your listing, all the sections in your ads that needs to be improved. All those are going to be shown there. What placement we need to put if we keep bid as low? No, we don't play around with placement when the campaign is new. Don't play around with placements. If you see a placement is performing good, make sure you create a separate campaign for it. Do not just change any settings of a performing campaign. Let's assume one campaign is performing good and maximum budget of that campaign is going towards top of the search placement, and it is performing good. Don't make any changes. Let the campaign behave as it is. Don't increase the bids or decrease anything. Only increase the bids or budget if you see for consecutive 2 or 3 days your budget is going out of stock, and then only go and increase the budget by 10, 20, 30%, depending on what your budget is. Other than that, if you see your placement is performing, just create a separate campaign. And if you see that the current bid of the campaign where the keyword is performing is you are getting charged 5 rupees per click, then create a different campaign. Put the bid as 1 rupees, campaign level bid or ad group level bid as 1 rupees, and on the placement go and increase by 400%, so that it becomes equated with the clicks that you are getting charged. Now at 1 rupees, 400% increase means 5 rupees. So that is how we need to work on it. Don't change or don't touch a campaign that is performing good. Even if one placement is going good but you haven't adjusted for placement, don't change it. I can't help it here because we are using brand analytics for clients, and we are not facing any issues here. So not sure exactly what is happening here. Okay. Now, if you haven't registered yourself, make sure you register yourself. This is a free training, completely free. No charge is there. You'll get actionable steps on how to increase your CTR and conversion rate and reduce your ACOS. Now, ACOS reduces simultaneously as a proportion to your CTR and conversion rate. If your CTR is good, your conversion rate is good, then ACOS should decrease drastically. That again comes to that point. If your sponsored keywords is 1, then your organic keyword should be 4. 1:4 should be a natural ratio when the listing is matured. So, with that being said, any other questions? We'll take last question and then end the session. We'll take last question and end the session. We'll take last question and end the session. Any questions? Any last question before we end? Was this live session helpful? Was this live session helpful? Type in helpful if it is helpful. Type in helpful if it is helpful for you. Can we sell toy car like BMW metal? Now, if you're selling something patented, then make sure you have the license for it. Otherwise, you can just go and sell it. And then, if something happens, then you have to give them the invoices and all the licenses required. Okay, that looks good. So, thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much. We'll do this type of live session often with different topics related to conversion rate, ACOS, Amazon, and overall. Thank you so much. I'll see you again. I'll see you again on the next live session. And make sure you see me tomorrow on the live session that we are going to do from 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Thank you so much. I'll see you again tomorrow on the live workshop. It is free, complete free. Make sure you register. I'll share the link again here. Thank you so much. Good night, everyone. See you. Bye bye. Take care.